Are we live, Ashley? We are live. I'll call the meeting to order. I'll look for my clerk for roll call.
Thank you, Your Worship. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the May 15th Special Council meeting. I'm Jennifer Connor, Clerk of Ramara Township. I could begin with roll call of council. Mayor Clark.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Bell.
Present.
Councillor Snatch.
Present.
Councillor Fisher.
Present.
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 This meeting is being streamed live on the Township of Ramara YouTube channel. Be advised that by attending a public meeting of the Council of the Township of Ramara, you are consenting to your image, voice, and comments being recorded and will form a part of the public record. The chair, CAO, and/or clerk have the discretion and authority to terminate or interrupt the live streaming in exceptional circumstances where the content of debate is considered inappropriate to be published. Thank you.
Okay, we're back here. First thing I want to do is congratulate Councillor Goff, being newly elected and sworn in as our Ward 4 councillor. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Mayor and Council.
And today, of course, we're here to look into replacement for Zach Drinkwalter. I will save my official speech of your send off to our next actual council meeting, but we are sorry to see you going, Zach. I'll say that quickly before we get into this meeting, and you certainly will be missed. So with that, I will look for adoption of the agenda, that the agenda dated May 15th, 2024 be adopted as presented. Moved by Councillor Fisher, second by Councillor Goff. Questions on the agenda? Not seeing any, so all in favor? That is carried. Do I have a disclosure of pecuniary interest? Any member of council? Can't see any. Immediate items requiring immediate attention to council, that the 2024 Chief Administration Officer Hiring Committee be established as follows. So I'll open it up for discussion. Who wants to go first? Councillor Fisher.
Thank you, Mayor. I would love to be able to have the opportunity to sit on the hiring committee. Into my second year of council, unfortunately, we have gone through a few different CAOs, so I'd love to have the opportunity this time to help select our next CAO.
I guess what we should do, just to kind of guide it, is how many we think we should have on the, it can't be a quorum. You'd want 3 or less.
Generally, it's 3, Your Worship.
And I've been asking some other mayors what standard. I know Ora Madani just went through this, and the hiring committee downsized it and brought the last 3 applicants. So maybe we should decide that, or would you want to decide the committee first? Which
The committee, I think, should decide that. I think we should do. You should appoint who's going to sit on that committee.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I disagree with that. I think there should be 3 on the committee, and that committee should have to bring 2 people to council for the final decision in a closed session. If you have the hiring committee decide, then we could have the same situations we had last time, where the hiring committee actually presented an offer to an applicant before it even came to council, and we don't want that to happen again.
Are you saying 2 or 3?
3.
Bring 3 to count. No, 3 on the committee.
People, I don't think you need 3. I think 2's fine.
Unless
I think
the
by that
committee
point-
feels they're that.
Well, you could leave it up to a committee for the 2
But
or the
minimum
3,
of
but not minimum of 2.
Right. Comments. Okay, Councillor Bell. Deputy Mayor.
Agree with that. I do believe that we could go with, we did have a committee that reviewed Zach, so we kind of know what we're looking for, and I think that would be helpful, but open any ideas. So
Should we just have everybody put their, how do we do it? Usually ballots? When we're trying to choose the committee, so far I have 1. Anybody else interested in the committee? Councillor Snutch, Deputy Mayor. I would like to be on the committee this time. I don't think I was on the last one. Was I? I was on the last one. Yeah, I wasn't on the one before it. So we're up to 4 now. Any other interest? No. How should we proceed?
Those that are interested would, first of all, let's determine how many we want on the committee.
3. Yeah. I don't think we want a quorum of council.
Okay, so we'll have a resolution that the hiring committee be consisted of 3 members of council. And if there's more than 3 members interested, we should put our names in a hat and draw.
All right. All right.
Draw or vote?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd, well, why don't I hear from each candidate? I may change my mind. So Dave, you want to lead us off? Throw you under the bus first.
No, I'd be pleased to do it. I've had a lot of experience in hiring people, and I think based on the last 6 years, I know what skills we need in that position. So I'm all in favor. I mean, I'm all for getting involved with the hiring committee.
Yeah, I think my years of experience, 20 years plus of senior management, working with large corporates, I think I'm pretty comfortable in that arena of hiring and vetting people.
Yep, I also have very extensive, as far as if we're talking about experience, years of hiring and training staff in various areas and sectors. So as far as experience goes, as well as, like I said, I would like to broaden my portfolio and have this experience under my belt too, as a member of council without having the opportunity in the past. So it would be a new opportunity for me.
I'm deep in thought here because I've been here, I guess, the longest, but that doesn't give you any benefits over. I've watched the evolution of this township. You know what? I'm liking the mix I see here, so I'm going to withdraw my name from the committee. I'm liking the mix. I'm liking that. So if that's okay, I'm happy with Councillor Snutch, Deputy Mayor Bell, and Councillor Fisher. I know it always raises eyebrows when the mayor's not on the hiring committee, but I don't think it's a prerequisite of the job. So I'm willing to step back, Councillor Fisher.
Well, and I actually do really appreciate the insight that Councillor Snutch had brought forward too, rather than just bringing the candidate that's chosen by the committee forward to council as the decision, by having council make the decision too. So that way there is still input from other members of council as well.
All right. So my motion would be. Oh, did you want to comment? Sorry.
Well, I was just, I know in the past you've been part of a few hiring committees, Mr. Mayor, but I was just wondering with your warden hat now that you wear, how timeframe you might not have the time to. So it's actually, I'm grateful that you have pulled back.
That one other thing worried me. If I end up interviewing CAOs of other neighboring municipalities, it wouldn't look favorable on me if I stole away somebody's CAO. So that did weigh on my decision a little bit. So with that, I think the motion is just looking for.
Your worship, is there any members of staff that you wish included on that committee?
Well, I guess part of it is I would like, well, I don't want to hire a consultant. So then we would appoint Brittany as you are our HR. So you would be our hiring consultant that would be involved. Councillor Goff, comment?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Brittany being involved, but I was just wondering if the last CAO, because they didn't last, Zach was an in hire, whether that money is still, because they were supposed to be able to provide us with a CAO.
I think Brittany could touch on that.
We looked into it previously when the contract previously didn't work out and we weren't eligible at that point for the reimbursement.
Okay, thank you.
So the only suggestion, go ahead, Councillor Snotcher.
I think the other thing too is on being on the hiring committee last time, in the first meeting, we had to decide who gets the vote. And I believe Jen got to vote, which totally, that makes it 2 and 2. They should only be councillors that vote.
Yeah, I don't want to protect any staff and blowback. And I was even going to suggest, I was talking with Mayor Greenlaw and Ora Madani. When they did the final interviews, there was no staff involved. They actually hired a retired clerk to come in and do that so that there's no connection at all to hiring your boss. Brittany, you'll help us get it down to the last 2 or 3, but then I would suggest that council and we bring in somebody unbiased that's not affected. And then, well, then there's no blowback on any staff either. If it doesn't work out, it's council's decision, and nobody was involved in the actual hiring of their boss other than streamlining and you'll be writing the questions. Any extra questions that committee members want should run through Brittany first to make sure that you don't get yourself in trouble when you're doing the hiring. Jen.
Thank you. And I'm wondering if maybe, and I don't know if this is like a formal ask or not, or just maybe a suggestion to think about for our next regular council meeting, maybe we can have, because it looks like we're amending the terms of reference from our previous hiring committee, so maybe have a draft terms of reference from the things that we've discussed today to update as far as who has the vote in that room, members of staff, and then, like the mayor just said, removing the members of staff from the final decision.
That's fine.
And there, yeah, there's time for that. The big thing we wanted to get today is get Brittany advertising and get her working on that. So can you include that in one motion that we appoint Brittany as our hiring consultant or as our HR does, I don't know how you're going to word that. I'll leave it to the pros. Go ahead.
Thank you, Rahab. That the hiring committee be comprised of 3 members of council, Brittany Wilson acting as the hiring consultant, an unbiased professional, and the terms of reference be updated.
Yes. And can we have the names on that now of the committee members and we'll pass it in one motion?
So Deputy Mayor Bell, Councillor Fisher, and Councillor Snatch.
Perfect. Can I have a mover for that? Moved by Councillor Fisher, second by Councillor Goff. All in favor? That is carried. Any opposed? Not seeing any. All right. So now we are going into closed session, I believe. So I've got a motion that council enter and we can go in the other room, closed session at 9:12 a.m. to discuss personnel matter in accordance with section 239 2B of the Municipal Act. Moved by Councillor Fisher, second by Councillor Tuyu. All in favor? That is carried. I don't think we So we are live, and Jen, if you can confirm I still have a quorum, or do you want to do attendance?
It's up to you, Your
Do
Worship.
attendance, I guess.
Okay. Mayor Clark,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Bell,
Present.
Councillor Snatch,
Present.
Councillor Fisher,
Present.
Councillor Tuyu. Present. Councillor Goff,
Present.
Councillor Bell.
Has left.
Councillor Bell has left. Okay, back to you, Your Worship.
Okay, thank you. So I need the motion that the council discuss, hang on here, that we rise from in camera at, let's say 10:13 a.m. Moved by Councillor Goff, second by Councillor Tuyu. All in favor? That is carried. And now we report, the council discussed two personnel matters in accordance with section 239(2)B of the Municipal Act, and staff proceed as directed. Moved by Councillor Goff, second by Councillor Fisher. All in favor? That is carried. And what did you want to do in the other one? We just received the organization.
Yeah,
And next that we received the organization review. Moved by Councillor Fisher, second by the deputy mayor. All in favor? That is carried. Now I do have some bills and bylaws, I believe. Looking for the motion here. That bill number 2024-25 and 2024-26 be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed as bylaws. Can I have a mover on that? Councillor Snutch, second by Deputy Mayor. Questions? One's the mosquito program and the goose tax rate and the adoption of the tax rates. And what was the other one? Oh, it's our
Seasonal.
temporary seasonal bylaw officers. Questions on them? Councillor Tuyu.
The additional 4 seasonal bylaw officers, are they sort of because we're into our summer season with the, STR and that sort of thing on happening with Lagoon City? Because I find that the other wards sort of feel a bit underrepresented in terms of bylaw and their issues that they have. So does that stand to reason that those bylaw officers will be shared?
Township wide, yes. Jack,
yes.
go ahead. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, they're township wide. They respond to all calls and files that come in,
Okay.
not just Lagoon City.
Thank you.
They do a majority of their work is with STRAs, because that's the nature of,
township wide.
that is township wide, and that's the nature of summertime in Ramara.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah, I think we got it. All in favor? That is carried. And last, that bylaw 2024, 34, a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the special council meeting held on the 15th day, May 2024, be considered read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Moved by Councillor Goff, second by Councillor Snutch. All in favor is carried. And now that we adjourn at 10:15 until May 27th, 2024 at 7. Moved by Councillor Fisher, second by the deputy mayor. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you.